Hello, Divine Sunshiners. This is Divine Sunshine, your spiritual, intuitive life coach. That's who I am. Coming to you with your DM pick 3 as promised. Hopefully, you all have seen my video on. Why are you so low? Okay. Hopefully you have seen, excuse me, hand in your face. Hopefully you have seen my video on my testimony about what transpired between the DM and I in 3D, not 5D. So please go back to that video in reference. I posted the photo that my DM gave to me on the community board so you can actually see the double rainbow that was sent and how that came about to be very much a good symbolism and sign about good things pushing forward, not fortune. Things pushing forward as far as in the twin flame community and the positiveness and how things as we actually getting things over the rainbow, our wishes fulfilled. Remember again, I'm doing the $15 special in the August. That's going to be it because I got a lot of readings. Those of you all who have readings already in there, just be patient with me. I'm going down the list in order as far as what I received in my queue. When you go on VisitBook, please go on VisitBook. Please do not jump. I feel like at Great America, you get some of those people that be butting the line and saying, just go underneath the rails and come on and get in line in front of us. Please go follow my directions, which is to go on VisitBook and to book online. And then I'll be able to take you from there. When you do emails, you kind of like mess up the system and it's kind of hard. That way, when you do it on VisitBook, it's a way for... is the way to make sure that I have you down and that everything falls in line, just like you all getting in line in Great America to get on the ride, to get your reading. When you do that, you jump in line. I can't know what the order is and like that. And a lot of times I tell you, go to VisitBook and just ask for your patience and what I say, because that system helps protect you. It protects me and ensures that you get your reading. Also go on my website divineunisols.co, co, not com. If you would like to have t-shirts orders have been coming in. I got some people want t-shirts, so I'm putting in the order. It's probably going to be tomorrow because I got some people like, I'm gonna hold on a second, I got some. So to take advantage of the free shipping that they had on the other end, but just make sure that you do that. And also my cards as well. My oracle cards has already been featured on Divine Unisouls. It was on her Monday reading. She was using it, and a couple of others have ordered the oracles. This is a great thing for you to use in order for you to have on your own. So like you watch readings like I'm doing today and you're like, wait a second, I want some more clarity on that. You pull out your Divine Unisoul cards and bam bam bam, then say, oh okay, I see what the message is for me and the DM. And like Divine Unisoul say, it really gets to the heart of what's in the heart space of the Divine Masculine. So these are really good. Those are $33. That does not include shipping and handling. Even the purchase of the shirt doesn't include purchase and handling. I think, yeah, just leave it at that. So with that, so is there anything else? Okay, I'm still working on, because things and these energies, still working on these readings. If you could throw me off too, I got a slew of them, but I thank God for that because I'm helping out into the collectives and stuff. But I gotta get the workbook together for you all. So definitely you'll have it before, definitely at the end of August, no later than September. Still trying to get some things together on that. The activity book that I want to have, and the meditation. Pray for me. My DM is going through something physically with his throat, and I can feel it kind of thrown over here on this side. I'm like, please stay with that daggone what's going on with him on his side with the throat. I need my voice, especially I'm doing these readings. I tell him, you're going to have to keep that on your side. I can feel it. My throat is scratchy. Stay on your side. We can merge other ways, the good stuff, but don't pass over the bad stuff on that part. And that's it. Okay, so now let me get on reading. Let me put my glasses on so I can be able to see. Um, what I am doing is a 3-card pick 3. I got this idea. I think I did it before in the past, but really I got like stacks of it together. So I'm gonna call it. I think about divine union. So I mean Jupiter 1111 saying on hers talking about, but you all like the Bachelor. Okay, so you all who like the Bachelor, we got Bachelor number 1 DM, Bachelor number 2 DM, and Bachelor number 3 DM. So we're doing that. It's like, why you want that? And that's community booty. All right, everybody. So so this time I'm doing each. So I'm gonna have a stack for each one. I'll try to, if not, can somebody timestamp it if you're watching this, when the first Bachelor was, which is starting now at 5:57, the second Bachelor and the third Bachelor get kicks in, because I know you all gonna listen probably all of them just to kind of get an idea. And did I do an overall? Hold on 1 second. Did I do the overall energy? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. All right, just making sure. Sometimes the 50 self takes over, and I was like, did you do this? It's like, yeah. Okay, that's in the number 1. Starting off with you. Starts at 622. Really 624. All right then. So Bachelor number 1 says, I'm lost in my head, and that ain't good. Okay, so this one is doing a lot of thinking. Okay, keep it in order. We'll work around you. And then he say, I am the thinker who makes the thoughts that makes the thing. Wow. Now, I did this stuff at random, but I didn't have time to be doing it on camera for you. So this person is really, this DM is actually doing a lot of thinking, but he's got to watch it, because this thinking that he's doing may lead him into creating things and situations that he don't really want. Okay. Next thing is, I know you're hurting. I can feel it. So maybe with you hurting, some of you all are kind of thinking, I've seen it on somebody else's video where they were saying that some of the divine feminines were kind of going back and being nostalgic and kind of going back and thinking about some of the things that had been done, and you like, where's this coming from? And so it's some kind of way that the DM is kind of like going back, like a person at the end of their life is just kind of going and doing a review of their whole life of things they have done. Maybe they kind of feel like, ooh, it's time. And, you know, time is ticking. And so they kind of doing this life review about like, oh my God, what things did I do wrong? So because he knows that he hurt you in some kind of way, maybe you're feeling and going this, which is in turn making him as a mirror do the same thing. It's got him lost in his head, and now he's kind of thinking about some things. Now it could be positive. Some of them could be in positive spaces, like I'm daydreaming. I'm seeing about my future self, what things me and the DF could be doing together. Or it could be, it's like, oh my God, this ain't gonna work, and they thinking about the impossible. Okay. What love message he has is, I feel like I'm waiting for something that isn't going to happen. That's why I said about him, he's got to kind of watch it, because this one is really lost in his head, and he knows time is ticking, but at the same time, he just really don't feel like, he's like, even if I do feel like I could get out of this, I got a next thing. It's like a person, like a hurdle. I got to deal with the hurt feelings that she has. And so that's another hurdle. And I don't know if she done moved on, or if you all done said gave deuces to the thing, or even if you are in communication a little bit with him, like, you know, will she truly accept me, or is she waiting with a knife behind her back and say, ha ha, yeah, you came back, ha 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 ha, gotcha. You know, like, you know, you ready to put it back on him, like, and he probably be just like that atonement thing, saying, well, I deserved it, because, you know, like Tank say, I deserve, yeah, you deserve it. Okay. The thing is, let me spread this out, because this is the story of a lovely lady. Okay, so he's right now, things in his home setting is not the way. On the outside, it looks like it's all nice, peaches and cream, peachy, but there's a storm brewing behind what's going on. He's got his eyes on the prize. This could go so many ways. I'm getting a fork in the road on this one. So he's got his eyes on the prize, okay? Which is, he knows that with you as the divine feminine, that you are the privileged lady, which is like you deserve, like I deserve, like we say the thing, I deserve, you deserve this, you deserve everything and more, you deserve to be spotlighted in the world, you got your stuff together, you know, that's it. Also, and if I take it from the karmic side of it, because most of the time when I see this, look like Kiki to me. This person say he lost it in his head. He's thinking. He think he waiting for something that's not going to happen. Some things is happening at the house. There's a storm of brewing. He's waiting on. He's got his eyes on the prize. However, this karmic person is in the picture, and whatever it is with this karmic person's picture, is like she's like a trophy something. She's just for show. Okay, this is what I'm picking up. This is like a twofold split. Because remember again, all of these DMs, there's this one DM main. I showed you all this before, and it's like a tree graphic or organizer from that point. And from this one, you got different scenarios housed from this template or photo type of a DM. So it could go two ways. This one's his house. Things are going on in him internally. Storm is brewing. He's got his eyes on the prize. He know you privileged, you supposed to, you deserve to have this love with him. Or this could be the same kind of DM. He's got things, he got a house. He's got, which is protected. Some things is like happening behind the gate community, which means everybody and their mama can't come on this property. Something's happening behind the scenes. He's waiting for some great fortune again to happen. He's got his eyes on the prize. He definitely know where he wants to go. However, this Kiki person is standing in the way. Okay, that's a split from this one. Okay, now that could go two ways. What he is hiding? He's hiding two things. I won't cry for you. Oh snap! And the child I was meant to be. Okay, got to pull out the cards here. Ooh. I've never seen this one before, but I could say right here what he probably thought he was going to be. He's got some inner child things to heal as well, but something about the way how he is grown up is not the way he had thought it would be. Let me see if I can get into this one. The child I was meant to be. There is a little to go forward is to go backwards as hope heals the wounds of the past. Okay, I ain't got time to really go deep reading the rest of this thing, but just like what I said, he's got to go back to heal some childhood issues that's going on with him. This I won't cry, some kind of way he got to disconnect with his emotions. That's why he's probably in his head so much. Maybe he go and check his heart some. It might give him the answers. Okay. 22. I won't cry for you. I gave you my last gift. I shed my last tear for you. It's a time not to let you free, but to let myself free. So again, like I said with them, now if this is about this situation that he's in, karmic situation, person, place, a thing, he's like right now, I feel like I used to sing that my mom used to crack up laughing when I used to have a Vita. I used to cry, sing all the time, don't cry for me, Argentina, do 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 do. I kept my promise, do 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 do. You keep your distance. So it's same thing, just like what I can see Madonna doing that. This is what it said. He ain't doing no crying Argentina over this karmic situation that he's in. This is a karmic situation. Okay. Rather it's an actual person, it's a place, a thing, but he's talking about it. He ain't crying for that. He definitely know that. That's why he say he got his eyes on the prize with this. He's saying he knows he's talking about you as a divine feminine. He feels emotions, but for as far as this situation, he's like, I ain't got no more tears for this. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one, which is playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthfulness, spirit of fun to shine. That is clarified by he wants to recapture this romance because he wants to go the distance. He knows he's got to become like this cheetah. He's got to build stamina. He got to run all the way to the end till he captures his prey. Once he's got his prey, then he can rest. But until then, he knows he's got to kind of do that. Plus, he wants to kind of get with the rhythm. When I see that playfulness, it's like for us to get really in that rhythm. Like you say something, I say something. You do something, I do something. And it's an equal balance there while you're doing it, almost like a pendulum. Okay? He wants this playfulness or this lightness, the romance, to capture this inner youthfulness, spirit of fun to shine, because it's going back to this inner child thing. It's like, let me go back and reset myself to it's just a clean slate where I'm not looking at you from a place of hurt, experiences from adulthood or childhood that is just clean. Because really his future self is telling his old self, which is in the past, we got to kind of release it. We got to get out of here, because see, this way you at is like old way of thinking. We got to kind of get out of that, okay, out of that thought space, okay. Next card here we have is what he's got to work with in his divinity is 3 things. Ooh, 4 things. 5 things. Jesus Christ. This is why I pulled. Yeah, I out here popping. You right. He got to work with this abandonment. I just already said about childhood thing. I ain't looking. I kept all these cards face down. So he's got to do with his abandonment issues. I told you, something about some childhood with this one. You know him. He has a tendency of miscommunication, especially when it comes from the place of heart or emotions. We already said that. Don't see eye to eye. You forget about seeing eye to eye with you on the outside, externally. He don't even see eye to eye with himself emotionally. They see the number 1, see the number 6, the other one see the number 9. Okay? So somebody see an ending of a cycle, and somebody else is saying, I just see love, and we just in the middle of it. Okay? He knows that also he's got to get really wise. Again, how he's going to gain wisdom? By learning from the past. There go the scroll right there, okay? He needs to kind of do some energy healing on himself. Right, if you go back and do that inner child work, he will be able to do that. So I would say right now, Divine Feminines, kind of, do your work on your end to kind of be able to transfer over to this here, to the other side, to the Divine Masculine, and help him heal as well. And then emotionally, he's got to find strength. Now, when this card here, this is Mary Magdalene, which means something has got to die. Because when Mary Magdalene came to the tomb, she was preparing and getting the herbs and all that stuff and spices and everything. I know I ain't trying to say Jesus was like Popeyes and she got the KFC, 11 herbs and spices, 12 herbs and spices. But she was getting all this stuff together. I hear some here all crack. That's a lie. Did she say Jesus was KFC in it? But my thing is that when she was getting ready, she's got the herbs and all this stuff. This is getting ready to prepare for a burial, death. Death is happening. I'm about to bury this. It's about to say death to scratchy about this whole situation. So this is what's going on with this. Okay. And then also he's got to get to the point that he's got to surrender obsessive thinking. My Lord, this is on cue. I mean, because all I did is pull them and throw them in the pile. So if you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. It will. You'll get you some wisdom, like the apple. You'll get some wisdom about what's going on actually with this. So you got to stop the thinking. So what changes does he need to have with this family? Family changes. So maybe with the karmic situation is this family dynamic. Karmic situation now in the present. Maybe his family is acting very karmic-y. Maybe he's also about the situation, about things in the past of his childhood. If you don't have children, that way is actually in this moment he's in a karmic situation. This also is placed. So he's got to change that. In order for you to move on, he's got to change mentally how he thinks about his inner childhood. He's got to change. You got to change. If you're the DM and you're watching this, you got to change the diameter of the people around you and how you function and you within the dynamics of the family. Okay? The McNasty card. Your McNasty card is this. This is 10 Chalice Copus. Did I bring the book out? Oh, here it is in here. Chalice. 10 of Chalice. 10 of Cups. Ten of Cups, attachment, the magic of the chalice. The attachment between partners orients the relationships towards continuity, sorry. And it is necessary to form a happy family. So what it says to me is you got to get things straight and right before you even bring in this divine feminine in the picture with these family issues, because you want to, when you are moving forward, you're growing old, you want to have a happy, how I would say, happy wife, happy life. Yeah, that is true. Okay. Because that's really your all's goal, is you forming and coming together with the divine feminine, is to have a family that you have not had, family experience that you have not experienced before. Okay, the overall looks like this is tulips. The overall energy is tulips. Okay, that's number 9. Flowers. Okay. Beauty and a happy face is what I bring. I am the gift that warms your heart. I am your recovery and your well-being. No matter what card is before me, I will always change it into positivity. What is it like when someone gives you a gift? This card is the fragrant smell of joy and happiness, a show of appreciation that could be on its way. Okay, so I can understand that. So once you get all this stuff together, as far as this inner child dynamic that you got to heal, the happiness and joy, happy, joy is going to be yours. Okay, it's going to be delivered to you through the universe, but you got to work through all this stuff right here. Okay, let me put this over here because I know I'm gonna need you. All right, so he wants to say that if this is your DM, he wants to say to you the following: focus on love. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. You got to do this because this person thinks. Remember, we're over the rainbow. On the other side, what are you doing to help kind of like guide him? You the leader. You got to help him to focus on love because he's thinking all over the place and he ain't where he's supposed to be. Honesty is essential. To be a loving person, it is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. Okay, if you're in communications with him, you kind of like tell him how you feel, or what's going on, because here we got these flowers again. He wants to really present happiness and joy to you, but you got your back turned to him, and that's like he's got your high heart in the back of your heart center there is pretty much revealed to him. Although you say, I ain't to talk to your hand. But he's like, yeah, but your heart is I still have access to your heart. Okay? Like you, I said, introduce it to it. Say, no, it don't matter. I see a moon here. Watch for some moon activity here that may start you to feel like, you know what, I'm going to have to kind of bear my end of it about, let me keep it 100. Let me tell you what I'm thinking about. Okay? And then consider your foundation. You are being asked to look at how committed you are to love. If you wishy-washy, he wishy-washy. Okay? I see 2 foxes here, which means you got to get wise about, and I see owls here. So you got to get wise, really. And you got to get clever as to how you can be one-upmanship on this thing called this twin flame journey. You the leader. You got to be able to see the obstacles, the pitfalls, where you can gain some triumphs. You got to kind of get in there. No, not again. Why I got to be lead? Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. You're it. Okay? Tag, you're it. Okay? That's what I'll be saying there for that. Okay, that's it on that one. I'm trying to do like a 20-20 for each one. All right, so it just be an hour. All right, let's go on. Next one. So it's 24 on the head. Thank you. Thank you, Bachelor number 1. You can go back over there to your seat. Bachelor number 2 is, so are you going to help? All right, this one here. I lost a piece of me. So he's looking for you to kind of help him. Okay, so he's like, are you going to help, him out of the situation he is? So that means you got to start doing the work. If you ain't doing the work, or you are doing the work, or you did a little bit, you took a little vacation because you got a little tired, I'm telling you right now, you got to get back at it, okay? Because he said, I lost a piece of me. You got to help him kind of find it. He said, I'm sorry that this is how things turned out. And saying, I'm sorry for hurting you. I never wanted you to feel bad anyway. Okay. All right. So when you left, I'm feeling he's saying, or you pretty much, when this all went down, because you might still be hanging in there, might be still in communication with them, that you saying that, you know, he lost a piece of himself when this went on. And so he's like, although I've done all this stuff here, but still, are you going to help? Are you still going to be that support to me? Are you still going to do your end of the what we set forth to do in the on the 50, on the 3D, on all levels? Okay. What's currently going down for Bachelor number 2 is the following. He is waiting on sudden wealth. He's waiting for like the gods to kind of hit 777 jackpot with that. Like just really spiritually, all these gifts is really kind of given to him right now. And he might be awakening. That's why I'm picking up there, because it got 777. So that's spiritual completion. So he's gotten an awakening about it. It's like, you know, maybe I'm picking up with this DM. It's like once upon a time he was like in denial. It's like, yeah, you know, I did it. You know, that what's that? Used to have that commercial like Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Yeah, I did it, and I don't feel guilty. And he was like, what? And so it's like now he done moved from that energy to energy of like, yeah, I done sat back and I done thought about it. This, yeah, I see my part in it. This ain't good. And in the process of me doing that bad stuff with you, I lost a piece of me in this. Okay. So right now he's got an awakening. This is what I want to say with this. Awakening of him into his divine, being divine, the divine masculine that he is. Still dark. Okay. This room is dark, although that's there. So that lets me know that this, DM is experiencing some depression. Okay. The light is behind him. So that means it's not lighting his path. Right now, it's just like he's really protected. The angels and everybody and the powers that be, he's protected, right? Even in the space that he's in, he's protected with that. He's like, to me, I see pictures. So he's kind of like saying, memories like the corners of our mind. Do the kind of memories of the way we were. So he looking at scattered pictures. So pictures all behind him. So he might be looking and viewing some things maybe on Facebook. He might even be looking at some old photos of you and him together. Those things, and he's really kind of thinking about what things was left on the table that was able to be offered. Is that flowers? Yeah, some things that's been left on the table that really he should have seen, because it's got enlightenment on it. So I want to say it was like some kind of thing. It was like a moment of enlightenment. It looked like to me he missed out on that. That's what I'm picking out on that. It's like it was on the table. You didn't pick up that offer. You like, no, back in the past, and you should have jumped on it. So right now he's in a moment of despair right now. He's like, you know, really my loyalty is questioned. You know, my loyalty, my friendship, my mastery over things is a question. Look like it's almost asleep there. And right now he's saying, at this point, I don't know who gonna take me in at this point the way I am. Okay, that's that one. So now, what is it that he's got to hide? Masquerade. So he going around kind of masquerading like everything's all right, but his mind is all over the place. It's like a regular explosion going on here with this thing that he has. So he's portraying himself one way. He might have portrayed himself one way to you, and he portrayed himself one way to his friends, one way to the world, maybe one way to the job. And so he's wearing, like, to me, looks like several masks that's like over. It's like, don't pay attention to my face here. This got like really pale and look like I'm drained by this, but pay attention to this plumage that's all up here, all these feathers. So that's a lot of flash and dash. And if you keep on paying attention to that, you won't pay attention to what's going on with me. I always think about that in the classroom. You have some kids that, you know, be always a ruckus and always doing something. You're like, so-and-so, go sit down. Johnny, go sit down somewhere. And he up in the bar and something, say, come on, it's time to read. And that time when it come time to read, Johnny up and hitting and slapping people all upside the head. And you're like, what the heck going on? Johnny, sit yourself. Sit down, Johnny. Johnny, sit down. I done told you, every time we come read, well, Johnny doing that is because Johnny can't read. So that's kind of like a smoke tactic. Like if you pay attention, I say smoke, fire. You looking at smoke, ain't nothing going on with it. You won't pay attention to that, you know. So that's what this about. And so really right now it's like some things going on with him that's feeding off of his energy that after a while is going to kill him. So whatever is in this toxic, it could be his own self, this negativity he keeps on kind of swimming in and becoming one with. Is after a while it's going to suck and him dry, him being the host. Or it could be also parasites, which is also other people on the outside. So internally or externally, it could do that, okay? Next is when he had a lot. And I was like, what the what? Okay, so now this is what is in his heart space, though. Heart space is express your love, retreat, heart chakra. Chemistry and romantic feelings. Okay, so he wants to express his love. However, he's still guarded. He's got the famous hand up. You all into him like, yeah, baby, let's boo, yeah, baby. You playing that thing, do do do. What is this song? Hey, feelings, I love my feelings, the my body, the way badu badu. A bit of badu, a butter, I'm a badu, a boot up, you boot up, and that's why I'm like that thing. Right, you boot up in your mind, and you like, hold up, wait a second, partner, I ain't read. However, he knows he needs to express his love. He's got it within himself as far as energy, as far as his femininity, his emotions. He knows he needs to be able to be in the receptive mode for love. Okay. He's got to receive. He's got to work on that divine energy of his feminine self that he's expressing energy-wise. He's got to get a deeper knowing of how to express love, okay? And how he's going to do that, dive deep into his emotions, okay? He's got to get wise, got to get rid of some of these illusions. He got to lean on his intuition and his awareness, which is something maybe a little bit kind of different for him as a divine masculine to think of. Also, when he's thinking about this, expressing his love, he got to play things by the book, which means he's got to go step by step. He can't cut corners. He can't sit up there and say, well, I'm going to use this and subtract this. You know, no. He's got to step. He's got to go through a process of this. To me, it looks like also how he knows how to learn is, to me, is like looking to the past and then looking at some of the faults that he had, because I see a clown face here where he thought maybe I was foolish then, I act like a fool, and then kind of bring it fast forward up to this baby, which would be the newness. So you start off with the beginning, looking in the past, look kind of like at the present self, and then look into the future, how you want things to go. He wants to retreat. He really wants to retreat and have this disconnect from the world in his heart space. He wants to take you, divine feminine, energetically through the 5D off somewhere, or even in 3D. This goes someplace. He wants to do this because he feels like this is an opportunity in which he can building a nice firm foundation emotionally with you, where he's really honoring his emotions at this time. And so it's really ending coming into his own divinity. Okay, and so then also in his heart space he has chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. You know, he knows you hold the light, You are the leader. He's looking at you to see, kind of guide him and know, like, he's looking like, okay, ooh, it's a light. You putting it in his hand, and he's kind of like looking at it like, okay, now what I do with it? What I do with this light? This is nice. Okay, well, I play ball with it. I play soccer with it. You know, it's like what I do with this light. It's beautiful. What you do. So you got to be able to help him to know what it's not. However, this chemistry that he has, this strong magnetic attraction is coming in the face of he wants to have movement with his thoughts, this chemistry, and really act on this chemistry, but at the same time, things crumble. They're just crumbling as he think about making some forward movement in this. This could be in his mind as well, because it's already saying, so are you going to help me? And it's already reading through here, because I could tell for this chemistry, he's like, you dropping the light in his hand, and he's like, okay, this is nice. Now, what am I supposed to do with it? I think in some ways also it starts crumbling again, because he keeps on having these sorry feelings about it. Said, I'm sorry that this turned out the way it did. I'm so sorry for hurting you. He's got this also is crumbling because he's got this masquerade going on. He's got this parasite issue he's dealing with, and he's got this woe is me kind of feeling. So that starts chaos and conflict. We can't get no forward movement on that because of that. Also, romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Okay. He wants to really actually do this because he knows that it's like no place like home. You know, he knows this. Again, I'm just gonna say it like that, because that one don't really feel like it's like the Jacket Beanstalk where he goes to the 50. Maybe the 50 self had maybe been talking to him and kind of how I do see number 5 there, helping to kind of get an understanding now about where it should be, the importance of the relationship. But that's pretty much it, because he's got an awakening. Oh yeah, you're right. Because he's got an awakening, because this was the awakening card here, 777. So it is, the 50's been bringing down the information. He's himself has went up to the 50 to kind of get some information. Like I said, red roof, hotel, motel, where they leave the light on. He knows that you is the divine feminine, you're leaving the light on. Even the powers that be is leaving the light on. It's like maybe he will find his way home, okay? Next thing, divine energy you need to work with. Inner child, he needs to work with this. The divine masculine got some inner child things he's got to work with. Because I don't know, because he's looking for you to kind of help him. I don't know, it's like he's like mother figure. But it's saying both of you all got to do the work. It's almost the same thing, similar like the other one. You got to do the work. She got to do the work, so we can be able to. These inner childs want to make this connection, but somewhere on 3D we not doing it. We got a back turn. He looking at you, and you look like, I said deuces to the situation. I don't know why you even looking this way. So we got to kind of work with that. Things are working behind the scenes on this that he doesn't even know about this. Things that's going inwardly. That's changing of things. That's shown by this 11 card, this sudden wealth as well. Some things that he's got to surrender to is surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in, compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. And that again is, I say his thing is looking to others to help. So he's got some codependency things. Because why I say that? Because he's asking like, are you going to help? Well, damn, help yourself. Excuse me. Did that come out? Oh, I'm really... Help yourself. I have nothing against the DM. I don't know where that came from. But anyway, help yourself. To be when somebody say, how you going to help? That and you say this intimacy, the fear of intimacy, getting close, tagging on. Some of this stuff he's got to clear up himself, within himself. So the inner child here, you can see that like they reaching, like they both asking for help. So you got to work with that. What's his life changes that he's going to be experiencing now? Spiritual growth, that was shown by the sudden wealth card. That's true. And then courage. Yes, he's got to kind of courage to what? Like I said, damn, help yourself. Yeah, help yourself out this situation, to go ahead and show your love, to go ahead and act on this chemistry, this romantic feelings that you're feeling here. You got to have courage, okay? The Mcnasty card here is Temperance. Temperance card. Okay, Temperance. Okay. What is that? That's a major arcana. Yep, it is. Discontent, filter of love, friendly but cool relations to be warmed up with the magic of plants. The filter of love sparks a slumbering desire and restores harmony to the relationship. So, what's that card that is like, you doing me, she threw up the deuces at him in some ways. It's like the back for that one. Am I mixing some of these? No. And you already feeling this despair, woe was me kind of thing. So again, so you got to go ahead and express this love, because when you express this love, it's going to start that spark, and that spark is going to restore the harmony to the relationship. You know, so right now you kind of viewing this divine feminine like she all into herself. She's pouring her own cup, her own love, her own self-love. She don't need you. She look like she got her own chemistry set going on. She playing with and doing her own chemistry, and you looking and saying like, well, you know, like a person like, what you what about me? Yeah, and like you saying, are you gonna help? You look like you busy helping your own self, create your own chemistry for yourself. You ain't gonna help me out. So that's something you got to kind of watch on as far as that. Also the overall theme here. Woo. So we got the sky. We got the 8. That looks like death. And we got the snake. 6 almost in order. 6, 8, and 7. All right. Well, we about to say you was almost leveling. Almost leveling up. Right there in the order. I am dark. A card symbolizing foreboding and change. The negative or positive influence is expressed by the direction the dark aspect of the cloud faces. Okay. All right. So now we have the coffin. So the coffin of the Revere deck harks back to the ancient Egyptian period, although traditionally seen as an ending or finality. This is also symbolic of an initiation that brings a final reckoning of our life's purpose. So this is what the overall theme is. You get your life purpose with the clouds there. Seems like it's like a change coming up. And let's see what the snake is. The game of hope makes it clear to stay safe from the bite of this dangerous snake. Be afraid, very afraid, as betrayal may very well be in the cards, okay, where this card lies. So you got to kind of watch yourself. You got to kind of, you're going to have to kind of break up some of those old thoughts and patterns that you have here. Okay. And then also with this is the heart of the matter. Okay. There is more going on than meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about. This came to me, Divine Feminine. If you're watching this here, do some of that heart chakra work, especially when you say the heart of the matter. Go back to what what I have is a video about called the heart of the matter. Where Jupiter 1111 does that heart chakra clearing, which is very good. It is near the end of her video. That's going to be helpful to help him, because he's already saying, are you going to help? Say, yeah, I'm going to go work on myself today, and stop thinking of when I start working on myself that it's cold and I'm disharmony. I'm still working on you. So when you're still doing the energy work on yourself, still send some kind of love or some kind of energy his way. When you do your chakra work on yourself, do chakra work on the DM as well, because he's viewing you as like you saying, no, I'm out for self, bump you, you know, As long as I got myself straight, that's all that matters. And that's not the right spot that you want him to think that you're in. All right, next one. We're on 44. 22. Bachelor number 3. So now with you, you have here the universe takes care of babies and fools too. And where you at? So right now, this I keep on here. You did a bad thing. I did a bad thing. So this bachelor here that knows he done did a bad thing. However, the universe is staying still. We still looking out for you. You done did something real stupid and foolish. That is like, really? Really? This what we about? Okay. And then at the same time, you want to ask, where am I at? After you done did something really stupid and foolish. Interesting. Okay, so that's kind of what you're thinking here. So now we have followed up by, I'm truly sorry for my words and actions. And I know I messed up and did things that made it seem like I don't care. But trust me, you are my world. And so that's why I say he's sorry about his actions, because he know whatever he did a bad thing. He did a horrible thing. But still, he said he messed up things. He said don't forget about how it looks on the surface. You still are his world. And that's why he's asking, where you at? Okay. All right. So now, what's going on with him? Behind the scenes, emotionally, he is working on some things. He is mirroring you, because behind the scenes, you as a feminine is doing a lot of work. You are learning how to be flexible right where you are, wherever life, now this situation that threw you like a cat, and you just say, well, let me just go and land on my feet, because, that's about all I can do. I ain't going to sit here and while in mind stay here crying about the situation. Life goes on. So he sees that, which is causing him to go on ahead and say emotionally, I keep on hearing, let me keep moving on, just moving on. You'll be there when the sun goes down. Do Bobby Womack song. He'll be there. Something like that. So that's what we're saying. He feels right now he got to get some justice about this. So whatever it is, it's the law. The law is involved. You could say Murphy's law, karmic law, or the law actually, like going to court, is involved because of this stupid thing that he did. And the judge or the powers that be is listening and saying, okay, now let's see if we should be, really releasing you from this situation. What things he is hiding is that really in this situation he's been carrying this artificial heart. I've been a damn robot, like iRobot, like Will Smith was playing in. You didn't know the difference between the human ones and the ones that was fake, or the robots that's acting like they was human and having expressions. Sonny doing that, and so right now he's just like, I'm just going through the motions. I'm just really a body, like I seen on somebody else's show that they was talking about how they was talking about they were actually just the divine masculines are really, when they're in those kind of situations here, when there's another party, we talk about 3-party involved in those kind of things, that they just have nothing but the body, the mind, and the really not even the mind, they just got the body really. And then she's saying that you have the heart and the soul of them stays with you. And so really, if you go by that, it's just like, really, it's just false. I'm just going around, just a shell of a man in this situation. Okay. Now, in his heart space, I feel like I'm missing some cards, but I don't know. Straight for that? Okay. Whatever, it's going to be what it is. In his heart space. In his heart space, he wants new love. He wants new love because he see you out there on your grind. You standing in your power. He feels like, you know what, I got to kneel down. I got to offer something, a rose, something like that. All these roses here. This the Bachelor show for real. He's like, You got something. He's like, you know, you the bachelor, you the bachelorette. I'm really wanting to be, because you on your grind. I see the spirit's been talking to you. I see you reaping the harvest that you've been planting here. You barefoot. You ain't even got shoes on. I mean, you are so comfortable with the skin you in and where you are right now. You ain't even got shoes on. He's saying, but he's still coming with this armor. It's not heavy armor, but he's still coming with armor on, especially in the head. So in the crown chakra, he ain't letting really a lot of the stuff from spirit really manifest to kind of get poured into him. He's at sea right now, emotionally. He just floating around. He don't have no destination. He had been. He said, no, correct that. He had been floating around the sea. Didn't have really a destination. He really still kind of not quite, but he just know wherever he's at right now, he don't want to kind of stay in that kind of in that type of emotion. And so he's really trying to set course for romance. Like I said, the love boat, making another run. So we got the love boat here. So he really feeling like, you know, you knew, that's turning him on. Like, oh my God, look at my boo. She up there going in her grind. Like she got some new clothes on, and you know, she just really looking like she just standing in her power. She's just all in her divinity on that one. He also in his heart space has make the effort. He don't even care. He's like, I'm at the point that I want to make the effort. I don't care if she looking like this. Like, you know how they be hugging you like, but son, that's not Brad. Come on, Brad. Oh my God. And he just kissing you and hugging like, okay, all right. And at the same time, you inside, you trying to be like, oh, he working on my nerves. But inside, you like, oh my God, I am just, woo, I'm doing somersaults right now. This man with his fine self just doting all over me. I can't believe this. So he wants to have this make great effort, because he wants to, again, he wants to be a co-creator, which means to me, like, I want to be right alongside you as far as in this twin flame journey, in this divine unisoul journey. I don't want just you out there by yourself. I'm also knowing who I am and what my role is as well. So he's looking towards the past. He's know he got to walk a real fine line. He's got to walk the tightrope. He's got to be wise in how he does this. He wants to have a new beginning. He's got to look at the foundation which he's setting down. He knows he's got to run the distance. You can't get started with the divine feminine and it's like, forget it, I got to stop. He knows he got to stop that. That does not work, okay? He did that in the past. That's why he said, I was a baby and I was a fool back then. He needs to work with, in his divinity. Oh, this is the one that had like a lot. I was like, boy, if you don't cut, you need to cut it. All right. He knows right now love has got to look totally different in the way, the ideal way he thinks that it should look. Okay. This is love. This is actually Cupid here. And so he knows that he's got to find some way to kind of take the things that have died and kind of really get rid of those things. He knows he's got to create a new beginning, because this is represented by the rabbit. He knows he has to like burn things. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno, burn, baby, burn. Burn the mother down, no. So you got to burn the mother down, okay? Get rid of all this stuff so you can create a new creature. See how he's vulnerable, especially in the upper chakras. Most of these are upper chakras are the feminine chakras, which is a lot of times don't feel too comfortable being in. Like I'm comfortable in the skin I'm in. This is where he's got to go with that. He's got to stop looking. Now, when I look at this, I always a goddess of power. So emotionally, he's got to look at himself strong in that. Like, you know, like take those temptations, gain you some wisdom, okay, about the whole situation, and be naked and vulnerable and look good while doing it, okay? That's what this represents with the Lilith here. I will also say, I used to say this when I seen this, stop looking at the divine feminine as a temptress and not looking at her as the goddess that she is, because even with Lilith, she did bring power to the table. I know y'all say, that Jezebel. It don't matter. She was comfortable with the skin she was in. She knew what she was and how to work those things, those temptations and stuff like that. We too need to know how to become masters over that as well. Shadow aspect. Got to become one. Learning how to, where you up there portraying yourself on the outside, especially with this artificial heart, how you got to deal with that darkness. What's causing you to have this artificial heart? What's causing you to portray like you cool as a cucumber and I'm all right with who I am, and then you know behind you got something lurking behind you, like in the cage, a lion in the cage at the zoo. Okay, you also need to take this God of obstruction, which is take those things that have stopped you and blocked you, and take those things as a blessing and saying it's a detour, but guess what? It's a detour because that at that point that's not the route and the way I should be going. Okay, so if those blocks happen, so be it. Then you also had a goddess of forgiveness. You got to also forgive yourself because you got all this here. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry for my actions and my words. And I know I messed up things. And you say you don't care, but you trust me. You are my world. Okay, so you got to forgive yourself for whatever kind of things that you had did, because whatever you did, you was a plum a fool in it. You sold your natural born A in the whole situation. I'm just calling where I see when I see the universe take care of the fools and babies. I mean, you acted a fool, like you was ignorant to the fact about what was going on. That's the baby, like you really didn't know. And fools, like you went on and you did it anyway. Okay, you did it anyway, and really shouldn't have. You was foolish. Like, that's all right. God got me because I'm divine. And then you went on anyway. And like, God, like, whoa, wait a second. I didn't give you no opening to tell you to go on do that. Don't be blaming me for your mess. Nah, like I used to tell. Just don't be putting God up in that in your mess. God, oh God. I said, but don't stop calling God. Don't be calling God to put him in your mess. You won't got yourself in there while I'm on you about what you did, not what God did. You did that. So right now he needs to surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifested fast enough according to your ego, be patient, trust the universal flow. So right now he's got to surrender because I feel like he's like, where you at? Like he's gotten to the point, he's like, I see you working. I'm at the point of this. So I'm picking this up for him. It's like after I do this, after you've done all you can, you just stand. So after he done did all he can and he's standing, he went to the courthouse, he working behind the scenes on these motions, fixing all this stuff that he's doing. He's like, will you be there? Like Bobby Womack said, you'll be there when the sun goes down. So, are you actually going to be there at the end of this? Okay, so that's why he's asked about this. So when divine timing kicks in, are you going to actually be there? Because when you do, I'm going to put forth this effort because I'm looking for new love as well. He's looking for, he says, support. Okay. All right. She's looking for support right now. And so he's really looking for the universe. Say, you done got yourself in this mess. It's my job to help you find ways to give you clues to get you out of this mess. Okay. So he's looking for support from you as the divine feminine as well. He see you doing the work. He like, how can I get like you? Like Jungle Book said, I want to be like you. Ooh, ooh. I want to walk like you, talk like you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So he's seeing you on your grind, and he's looking like, what can I do to get like you? Because, you look like you just really, you right there. In your power, standing in your power. No question about it. Looking for the powers that be can help him as well. Looking for those friends that really can help him in the way he's going, not them old friends that don't have a clue. Okay, you also need to he also needs to change his career. Career could mean what he's investing his time, his energy, his thoughts, his thinking, his resources. That's career, something that way too, spiritually. Or it could be actually a physical career. It's like where you are is also karmic. And you need to kind of get out of that and let it come over with a career that maybe sustain you in your new energy that you're trying to bring in. Just like you say, new love. Maybe where you at, you don't love what you're doing. Changing your mind. You also got to work on changing your mind, to be kind of codependent again. Okay. Um, changing your mind, he's got to change it. He's got to change it because your mind is everything. It's one that's kind of can be between the heart and your mind, can help propel you into places and spaces that you never would have thought of, but you got to get control of it because it can mess you up and manifest some other stuff between the bridge is your throat, your this, the sentence, your mind, the crown, all that stuff, your heart, all those things lockstep in together. It can mess things up. Your mind, you could be saying one thing, but if this ain't sending it up to here to think it, this way to feel it, this way to envision it, you can hang it up. Okay. Also, the Mcnealy card he has here, 9 of Wands. It look like, okay, 9 of Wands. Burn, I heard somebody say burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Burn mother down, y'all. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Burn it. All right. The magic of the 3 little birds. Okay, I see them. When a situation is suspended or blocked by doubt, you must hurry to resolve it because it cannot go on forever. Thank you. So that's why you say that I hope this is not just in your mind space or in your heart space, in your mind space, that you always is actually in your I'm doing space with this, okay? Because that's what that's presented in that card there. Wow. So you got to get the move. You got to make already, and this came up here to say make the effort. You got to make the effort. You got to make the effort. Change your career means your work, like how your work ethic is as far as getting out of this situation. You got to change that. You got to definitely change that because if you stay at this, you're going to become this. This is going to be it. You're going to become so used to it that you will not be able to know, you know, your true divinity, what you're made up of. Okay, I'm did this already. You made me upset about that. Because I'm like, it's so true. You just stand this damn stagnated. Okay, all right, I don't need this for this one. I know these. Okay, so now we have here, you, this divine master, the overall energy with this is you got to become childlike. You got to start with a clean slate all over again. Use your imaginations to create the world that you want to see in the future. Building castles in the sand, you know. You gotta go on ahead that what's my song used to be? Oh Lord, it might come to me. It's a Stevie Wonder song. Oh, but I keep on hearing the time over you. Somebody don't tell me I gotta throw my sandcastles away. Now we done been through this all this time, and this thing here, and now you tell me I gotta do this. No, we ain't going to this point that you throw your sandcastles away. This is what you actually is. I'll put it on what you call it if I remember to do that. So you got to become back to this again, and you got to become wise. Okay. You got to take flight. This is that. You can't keep on sitting there and say, ooh, I wish I could be like this person. Actually take flight and fly off and go to newer heights and newer places with this. You got to actually do that. That's what the cards are telling you, that you got to actually take flight, push yourself off the branch, get out your comfort zone, and actually do something. Okay, what do you want to say to the divine feminine, which is choose love? You always have a choice as to what you should do. That is true. You have free will. You should be telling yourself emotionally that you have that as well. You know, it's like in some ways I feel like he's saying, you know, like from his perspective, it's like, you know, where you've been telling yourself in so many words like you don't have no choice, but we don't. We're tethered. Okay, so some ways I'm listening to this divine masculine, I can hear him talk to me. It's like you don't really know the twin flame dynamic or the science. So, you know, no matter what on that aspect, I heard him say that. But also choose love means like in your expression and everything, even when you're dealing with the divine masculine, choose love, choose to express love. And he says, oh, this one says, I love you. These are very important. Three words, sweet and simple. Hey, words, short and kind. All right, so that's it. Love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. So he's saying even like the uniform, I'm like acting like a baby, acting like a plum fool in this situation. Like, you know, he's hitting that Corinthians. Love is patient, love is kind, love endures, love does not boast. So, you know, and a lot of times I have done that Corinthians Bible verse, which will help me to kind of remember, you know, to kind of stay focused on what love is, what love is not. Love's not jealous, you know. Love does not keep score. So if you say you love them, then to me it's like practice unconditional love. And with you doing that and seeing love all over the place, love is going to endure, because if this is true love, and this is, it's going to endure the worst of times, okay? Speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. So to me, it's like watch the words that you speak, because you're manifesting, especially in these times right now. We are able to manifest very quickly. So really at this point, kind of like really watch it with your words, okay? All right, this is the end. That's the end of this pick 3. Divine masculine. So again, go through there, see which one that resonates with you. 1, 2, and 3. You should have did that previously, and then I'll put that in the description thing. Pick one. Pick Bachelor 1, Bachelor 2, or Bachelor 3. All right, then. I hope this was helpful and gave you some insight. Until next time, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste. Namago. Love you.